G, where table toppers Arsenal faced a struggling Fenerbahce, have only a draw against Dynamo Kiev and sit at the bottom of the table. Now, it was Theo Walcott who made the difference against Everton at the weekend. Would he be the man to silence Fenerbahce's intimidating fans in Istanbul tonight? David Pleat and Peter Drury watch this one.
On Istanbul experience for Arsenal, who will rarely, if ever, feel further from home than they do now. But after an ordinary start to the season, he is finally able to pair his two most potent threats, Spaniard Daniel Guisa and recently recovered Semi. Arsenal's surprise choice is that of Abu Diaby at Robin van Persie's expense. They lack three-quarters of their first-choice back four, but they begin here as they began the second half on Saturday. Aboué at right-back and Song at centre-half alongside Silvestre.
He let the ball run away from him.
Getting into the last quarter of an hour with Arsenal in a comfort zone, which...
It was a glorious night in Europe for Arsenal. The young guns blossomed against Fenerbahce. It finished 5-2, with the Gunners in a great position in Group G. Ned Bilting spoke to Arsene and his boys on a great night in Europe.
Two things emerged to the neutral observer. One is how you used Abu Diaby, a surprise to many people, but he can do it, can't he?
He can do it, and he can play nearly everywhere, Diaby, you know, from midfield going forward, he can play everywhere. And he has been out for nearly 3 months now. It was his first game, and he had a very good game.
To come here and play is never easy, and tonight we did very good. Yeah.
Most people didn't know you were a striker.
Yeah, but sometimes I used to play this position when I was young, and even with Arsenal. Yeah.
Well, he did very well. Theo, confidence must be so high after that result now.
Yeah, everyone's just flying. We're playing brilliant football and we're scoring plenty of goals from all sorts of positions. You know, people coming off the bench scoring goals. Just shows, you know, how strong we are as a whole squad. So it's not the starting 11. You know, it's the whole squad thing. Yeah.
And from a British perspective, Aaron Ramsey, and how fitting with his first European bout he gets a goal like that.
He's 17 and a half years old, you know, and he's a very young boy, but very promising. His personality when he comes on, he goes. Really wants the ball and is not frightened, and with a very young team out tonight, 22 years old, and it's good to see.
Great night. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Certainly is good to see. Great to watch. Robbie Earle can't wait to get his teeth into that one. Before that, Rob, Porto were the victims of another stunning Arsenal performance last time out, losing 4-0 at the Emirates. They look to get their Champions League campaign back in order at home against Dynamo Kiev tonight. Right, let's take a peek at Group G after all that. Arsenal sitting pretty at the top. They could qualify if they beat Fenerbahce at home and the other result goes their way on match day 4. That's a pretty tasty position to be in, wouldn't you say, Rob?
Well, you know, I looked at the team sheet tonight and it was almost the Calling Cup kind of lineup that Arsenal have had in the past. And they're going to one of the most difficult places in the Champions League. And absolutely enjoyed themselves and passed the heat out of the situation. In the end, were comfortable winners.
Where was it all coming from tonight? Where was all that movement coming from?
I thought that Fenerbahce were undone by the way that Arsenal set up, especially in midfield, and Abu Diaby playing in a more advanced role. We expected him to shield, but he played in a more advanced role, and I didn't really know enough. He has influence on the game tonight by the way he attracted people towards him.
Now, Arsene Wenger has told us over time to trust his selection of the young players. It will happen. It is really starting to happen for them, and they play with so much confidence, these young lads, don't they?
It is. They have a belief from the manager that gives them that confidence, and it was mentioned again on commentary, a glimpse of the future. 17 and a half years of age, Aaron Ramsey. At the moment, it's proving right that they're learning as they go on and gaining a lot of experience.
I love Wenger's reaction there. His biggest reaction of the night was as if to say, I told you so.
It's almost my boys are doing
okay.
Yeah,
my boys are doing well. One of the old boys did pretty well tonight, Almunia. At one stage, the game could have turned at 3-1. He was keeping them.
He could, yeah, he was captain tonight, the most experienced player out there, and he played a captain's role, made a couple of really crucial saves, and, you know, there's always this talk of Almunia for England, you know, if he becomes a UK national, so, well,